We are days away from the January transfer window opening, and already Liverpool have wasted no time in getting down to business. In today's video, we'll discuss some massive news with regards to Cody Gakpo, as Liverpool have agreed terms to sign him in January. Not only that, we'll take a look at the 5 things we learned from Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Boxing Day was a very eventful one for Reds fans as the club returned back to Premier League action, but have also secured their first signing of the winter window, that being Cody Gakpo from PSV Eindhoven. The 23-year-old is set to arrive for an initial fee of £37 million, rising to £50 million with add-ons. Gakpo, who has 13 goals and 17 assists in 24 appearances for PSV this season, will arrive on Merseyside this week to complete his medical and sign for the Reds ahead of the January transfer window opening. PSV Director of Football Marcel Brands announced the news on Monday evening, stating that it was a record transfer for the Dutch Giants. PSV wrote on Twitter, "PSV and Liverpool Football Club have reached an agreement on the proposed transfer of Cody Gakpo. The 23-year-old attacker will leave for England imminently, where he will be subjected to necessary formalities ahead of the completion of the transfer." PSV add that they completed negotiations on Boxing Day, and both clubs are not making any announcements about the transfer fee. Gakpo has been heavily linked with a move to Manchester United, with their manager Erik ten Hag keen to sign his compatriot. However, Liverpool moved on their rivals after long-term injuries to Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz, with Diaz unlikely to feature prominently again this season. Gakpo's arrival has echoes of Diaz's last January, with the in-form right-footed left winger arriving after a standout first half of the season. Gakpo will team up with his Netherlands captain Virgil van Dijk at Anfield, who said of him at the World Cup, "Hopefully Cody can go to the moon and back. What we've seen in training is what you see on the pitch. There is so much potential, and I hope he can carry on showing it for us. We are very happy with him." For those of you that don't know, Gakpo is a 23-year-old right-footed winger who predominantly plays on the left of a front three. He has already been linked with a move away from PSV before a standout World Cup with the Netherlands. Gakpo has an impressive 13 goals and 17 assists in 24 appearances, as I said earlier, for PSV this season, and in total has 55 goals and 50 assists in 159 games for PSV. At 6'3", he is very tall for a winger. The big question is whether he'll be able to translate his form from the Dutch top flight into the Premier League. The latest from Fabrizio Romano now is that Cody Gakpo will travel to England in order to complete medical tests as a new Liverpool player. The contract has already been agreed and signed. Gakpo spoke to Virgil van Dijk when the official bid was submitted, and he's now set to be unveiled as a Liverpool player in the next coming days. Last night, Liverpool got back to winning ways, beating Aston Villa 3-1 to get off to the perfect start after returning from an inconsistent first half of the season. The first goal came from a beautiful move between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson, with 2 first-time deliveries matched by a poised finish from Mo Salah. Salah's goal meant he moved equal 7th in Liverpool's goal-scoring charts, alongside Kenny Dalglish with 172 goals. Van Dijk scored Liverpool's second, another instinctive hit, marking his comeback in style and making Liverpool's first-half dominance reflect on the scoreboard. It wasn't as straightforward in the second, as Villa pegged back a goal, but the Reds did not crumble, and the buffer was restored from an unsuspecting source. 18-year-old Bajcetic showed brilliant composure, only moments after his introduction, to make it 3-1 with his first senior goal. In this part of the video, we're going to discuss the 5 things we learned from Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. Robbo clinches the record. Andy Robertson needed just 1 assist to overtake Leighton Baines and become the defender with the most assists in Premier League history, and managed to achieve it at Villa Park, albeit it wasn't his trademark assist. Whereas usually we might expect Robbo's assists to be either set pieces or wicked deliveries from the left flank, this was more Salah-esque. In off the right channel onto his left foot, a first-time controlled touch across the 6-yard box right into the feet of Mo himself. It's 54 assists now in total from left-back for Robertson. A team of 2 halves. The 3 points are more than welcome, but Liverpool remain a work in progress when it comes to salvaging the campaign. It's fair to say that the Reds are a bit of two teams right now, very good going forward, and decent enough to trouble any team, but still wide open defensively and yet to rediscover the relentless consistency off of the ball which was for years a hallmark of this side. Either side of Fabinho remains wide open too often. Behind and inside of the fullbacks remains an area teams target and have great joy with, both in direct balls from deep and quick exchanges from within the final third. Because of this, it's also fair to note Matip and Van Dijk stood up with excellent second half showings, repelling a barrage of pressure for half an hour. There are areas Klopp and co must still keep working on if we are to return to peak elite at Liverpool. Darwin Nunez is chaotic. Nunez is a rare breed of player that looks world class and then bench worthy in the same game. He makes so much happen, makes such clever runs, and is near impossible for defenders to contain, yet sometimes it seems the best way to stop him scoring is to simply have him make the decision himself over what to do. Inside 2 minutes he had a big chance for what would be Robertson's assist, but opted to dummy the ball at the near post instead of clipping it home. Soon after, he miskicked from close range, then within the space of 3 minutes had two massive one-on-one chances. First, he smacked a volley straight at the keeper after sprinting through to a bouncing ball, then when cutting in off the right channel opted to square to Robbo instead of shooting. He was also in for a chance right before half-time, but from 6 yards out, hit it right at the goalkeeper again. The second half was much quieter for the Uruguayan, though he again gave us sight of a mix of talents as he burst through the ball on the halfway line, outpaced Konza and steered a one-on-one wide at the post. Enough moments and madness for an entire front line in another team, but all of Darwin's own work here and he still wasn't done. Not on the score sheet this time, Nunez created a killer third by showing great pacing willingness yet again, keeping the ball in play and forcing yet more chaos in the Villa defence, with Bajcetic eventually netting. He is an enormous talent and a master of madness. Add a little bit more composure to his game and he'll be a forward who contributes 2 goals a game for Liverpool. Bajcetic responded perfectly. I literally said in the last video, Bajcetic wasn't great after his first half showing against Manchester City, but responded perfectly against Aston Villa. Coming off of the bench, he didn't waste any time making an impact and scored his first goal for the club with poise. At just 18 years old, we do need to be patient with him, but what a great cameo for him. All games are must-wins from now on. 1 down and 3 points claimed, but it's straight on to Leicester and then to Brentford as we close out 2022 and start 2023. The gap to the top 4 right now is 5 points. It doesn't sound great, but we still have a game in hand over Spurs, and we closed it by 2 points today, first time of asking. With the Foxes losing to Newcastle, the onus is on us to ensure we do not slip up any further, especially at Anfield where we've only won 5 of 8 so far this term. Plenty of reasons for post-Christmas positivity, all things considered, and a carefully optimistic look onto Friday night on Merseyside. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the signing of Cody Gakpo, and do you back him to make an impact in the second half of the season? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.